Hi there, it's Rappers here. It's Sunday morning and I'm travelling along the motorway. The weather forecast says that where I'm going to, it's going to be dry from about 10 o'clock onwards. But as you can see at the moment, it's absolutely pouring it down. So where am I going? You'll just have to wait and see. But I can tell you that it's a trials venue that I've never been to before. It's for a club that I've never had any connection with, and they've invited Two Wheels Off-Road to come and video their trial today. So let's see where I'm going and what it's going to be like. Hi there, it's Rappers here again. I'm glad to say that the weather has improved. It was absolutely atrocious coming up the motorway. I say coming up the motorway because that to me means that I'm travelling north. And the place that I've come to video today's trial is a place that I've never been to before. It's just off the side of a road that I think I've only ever travelled alongside once before on my road bike many years ago. And the trial is from the Galloway club, Galloway MCC. I think it's just a club trial. I don't think it's a Scottish Championship trial, although I am happy to be corrected if it does prove to be a championship round. I don't know how many riders they've got here. I don't know anything about the trial, but I can see that to my right, over the wall, there's a very big mountain. So it's a good job I bought my trail bike. I'm hoping I'll be able to ride around enough to be able to get some videos, get some film from the sections. I don't actually know many of the riders here. I don't think I shall know many of the riders here. So you might have to just forgive me if I'm unable to give the commentary that I would normally do. But anyway, that's it. Galloway MCC. I'm in Scotland. I'm just off the A76. I'm halfway between Dumfries and New Mennock.
Yeah, I've got one on my boards over there.
Do you know what? Well, three's easy to get to. You just got to
You just walk up where, yeah.
I have
So it
realised.
says up the field and up follow the fence up.
Aye.
Yeah.
I have left the day licence.
Follow the sheep.
This is a farm called Dalpeddar farm near Mennock, I believe it is. We're parked on the old A76 road. Apparently you've just been talking to Duncan Dunbar, who's deeply involved with the club. Apparently the venue has been used for about 40 years for trials, so I'm quite surprised that I haven't been here in the past. But we'll get organised. I've got me Scorper 125 trail bike, long ride, so get out there and join the guys when they start in half an hour or so. Not often you see TY250 in this condition. Right, I've arrived at the first section. I have ridden here on my little Scorper that I got a few weeks ago. Let me show you the bike that I'm riding on. It's a little 125 Yamaha engine Scorper long ride. It's the first time I've been out on it since I've had it, although I did take it to the Scott trial, and I can see immediately that it's petrol dripping out of it. In fact, it's running out of it. So I better turn the petrol tap off before I lose all my petrol. Nigel Burkett did warn me that there's a bit of a problem with them, so need to try and get that sorted out one way or another. So this is a beechwood above the railway line. That's the main railway line, I guess, from Dumfries to Kilmarnock, I think. Just got to wait now for the first riders to arrive. This is the first section, which is just above the railway line. Quite an interesting hazard. The hard course come up the river, and they go out behind the crappy old tree there, whilst the clubman and novice riders are principally up on the bank most of the time. I see from the list of entries they've given me that this is the 6th round of the club's 2025 championship, and it's 3 laps of 12 sections today. So I'm looking forward to seeing this new venue. We have the usual parade of riders walking the section as they've all just arrived. I think the whole entry has arrived in one go. Looking at the entry list, there's 43 entered, so should be a reasonable day. This is Grant Erskine, riding the hard course with a yellow plate. McNeil, just as a 5. This rider's on the novice course, which is the green flags. And that was George Chapman. Another one on the green course. Cameron Irving. That's all right. Jack Erskine. I'm afraid that's a 5. There's a significant number of riders in the trial with the surname of Erskine, so one assumes they might well be all from the same family. This is Alan Murray. Lewis. Yeah, Lewis Galloway. Gastrel from Cockermouth area, paying a visit to Scotland for his trialling. He's a regular rider from where I normally go to for my trials, Northern Centre. And this is his pal, I think, Alan Whitson, coming up. Got into a bit of trouble down there. One of the hardest things as a trials rider, for those who don't do it, is turning up banks when you've been quite a long way down in a beck. Turning up a buffer bank is often quite a difficult thing to do. This is Jay Erskine. He's gone the wrong way. Stuart Erskine. Nice steady ride. Quite a queue of riders waiting to come in. This is Mark Whittam on a 200 beta, which he says he loves, and a former clerk of the course for the Scottish 6 Days trial. That's Dave Borthwick. As this video continues, you'll see that the red and blue flags are for the expert course. The blue variations are for the clubman, and the green variations are for the novices. That's Stephen Mycock on the very tidy TY250 Yamaha that I videoed earlier on. I did actually say earlier on that this was a beechwood, but in fact it's not a beechwood. Well, it was down there, a bit further down, but it's definitely all old oak trees here. He's a guy from the centre, doesn't ride that often, but very capable, as you can see from that clean. That's Alan Gardner, who told me this morning at the start that he's only done a couple of trials before, but why not? What's better to do on a Sunday? That's Ewan Clark. Nice looking SWN. This is Matthew Edmondson from down Kendall Way. He's a hard course rider and he's got to try and get up the Galloway bank, which is over here. Nice ride. This guy, number 63, is getting himself lined up. I've left the list of entries in the rucksack. This is actually a pretty easy section, but it's amazing the amount of marks it's lost that have been lost on it. That's a nice ride. Just got to drop down this bank and then over that tree there, and he's out. Yeah, Allen tyre now. Yeah, it's another easy clean. Number 60 is the next rider that's going to go up here, but he's waiting for the novice rider to get out of the section further up. So number 60 is Colin McMeekin, and here he comes riding a TRS. Down, 2 down, 3 down. Can't see what's out of sight to me at the moment. Haven't been up there yet. There's certainly a long section. I think the next one up is number 18, who's Richard Hesketh, and he'll be doing the easy course behind me. It does appear to be very slippery. Although he's got his 4RT to grip up there quite nicely. Oh, now they drop into the stream here. And round the tree at the back, I think. Possibly not. On the entry list, so he might have been a late entry, but he's an exceedingly nice man because he congratulated the Two Wheels Off-Road for their coverage of the sport. So thank you to him for that, and he can ride a bit as well. He's another one doing the hard course. They start sections at the same place as everybody, but they do a little bit of a loop down there, as you can see. Now he's going to let off his vertigo. Very nice, no problem with that. I can't see what he's done up there. This is Alan Murray. This is a fantastic wood for a trial. Most of the sections that they've marked out are relatively easy. in comparison to what I've sometimes seen in the past. Not here, of course, because I haven't been here before. But what a wonderful, wonderful wood to have use for. Then apparently after this, they go up onto the hill before dropping down to the last 3 sections back near the start. Graham Crawford lost 2 marks very early on, right at the beginning of the section as he turned in. And the next rider to come through beyond the hard course is Alan McDonald, number 9, on a 4RT. Gently does it, just drops in up to the other side. Nothing wrong with that so far. I realise, but this is, I sort of saying earlier on that it's a very long section. It's actually 2 sections because there's 5 and 6 continuous. I've moved up to the start of the second sub, 6, and it's just a slate bed really, with a bit of water coming down it. They go up it quite a long way though before they turn out at the top. That was David Talentar, nice clean. That last guy, who I very briefly filmed, who stopped in the first section, he came out of the section and rode round the sides to do the second section, number 6. But he didn't go through the begins card, because if you look at where they are, the start of section 6 is over there, and it's here as well, but he went into the section with quite a lot of power on from outside the start. So in theory he should have got a 5, but whether he has or not is down to the observer, of course. Maybe the observer didn't even notice, but that's one of the things I do notice from trialling, is that so many riders don't look to see what they should be doing and what they are actually. Riding trials is as much about seeing where you're going to go and planning a route and sticking to it as it is about keeping your feet up. Peter's not running well, coughing and spluttering, probably wants the carburetor cleaning as much as anything. Now Matt Edmondson, who went up before him, who's on the hard course, he's just pointing out to him, as who's, I think he's his mate, that he's missed the gate to go into the section, and the observer's just pointing to it as well. As you can see, this is section 11 and 12. Section 10 is back behind me, which I'll probably go and have a look at in a minute. Go on.
I don't want to spoil your video.
You could be on it. That just stream crossing from one bank to the other was causing quite a bit of hassle for the lesser lights. Ways of doing it.
Up there.
Yeah. In fact, that was a better line, just missing the rock.
It wasn't that long.
Coming into the section, one of together with Duncan Dunbar, who's behind him, one of the main men behind organising their trials here. John's a regular visitor to the Northern Centre.
Hey!
and it was at his request that last week, yeah, that when he asked me if I would come here today. So here we are, filming for Two Wheels Off-Road. You know, life is too short not to watch Two Wheels on off-road. Duncan Dunbar, they had a dab there. And another one, and a 5.
Alright.
I've moved on to section 10 now, and this is number 10, Lewis Gaskell. This is a good way of giving your sponsors, if you're a club that's relying on a bit of help from local businesses, all the way up the length of this field, which takes riders to the first section. There are some adverts for local businesses. Right, that's about the end of the day for me here in Dumfries and Galloway with the Galloway MCC 6th Club Championship Trial on Sunday, November the 23rd. It's been a pretty good day, I've enjoyed it, something a bit different. So I shall be signing off in a moment and heading off home. Thankfully the shower that came in has dissipated, and it's a very pleasant part of the world, and I think they've set the trial out absolutely spot on for the level of rider. So let me just say thanks to the club for inviting me here, and particularly Two Wheels Off-Road, and please don't forget to subscribe and give us the thumbs up, because you know life is too short not to watch Two Wheels Off-Road. I've just been chatting to David Maxwell and his daughter Abigail, and I've actually managed to get them trained to say
Life's too short not to watch
Two Wheels Off-Road.
brilliant.